You ever hear of Toby Rhymes? He inherited $80 million from a real estate magnate. He's the descendant of a poodle who inherited $30 million back in 1931. Imagine you're an heir and executor and you find out that before you or your family sees a dime, Fluffy gets his cut. Can pets really inherit property? Let's take a look. He is Billy's associate broker at 3 Max in Ben Salem, licensed agent with 3 Max at the Shore. You hear about this stuff all the time. Leona Helmsley left $12 million to a dog. Oprah is rumored to be leaving $30 million to her dog. Drew Barrymore is said to intend on leaving a Beverly Hills mansion to her dog Flossie after the beloved pet scratched the door to alert the family of a fire. And there's one that earned a payday. So these things are becoming more and more common. Let's take a look at 5 things you need to know if you're an executor, an heir, or a person who intends on leaving something to their beloved pet. Can a pet inherit money? Can you just leave money to a pet? The short answer is no. A pet is considered, in the eyes of the law, a pet is considered property. And you can't leave property to property. It's like leaving your forks to your dishes. Now's a really good time to remind you that I'm not an attorney and to, before you make any legal decisions, consult a licensed attorney. Wills. What happens when a pet is left X amount of dollars? Since the pet can't receive money, it would actually just be redistributed into the estate, unless it had specific wording and provisions otherwise. It would have to be worded that someone receives the pet in addition to the money to care for the pet. But in a will, that provision doesn't have to be followed. The person can accept the pet, accept the money, and then ditch the pet that day. And if you're the pet owner writing a will, don't think the executor can step in. When challenged, the executor must do what's best for the estate, not the pet. Number 3, put to sleep in a will. Let's say someone's just being malicious, or they're really afraid the pet's going to be abused or neglected. So they provision that upon my death, the dog or cat will be also put to sleep. This provision normally does not hold up to a legal challenge. Judges do not like to see property being destroyed that could otherwise be used, and animals are considered property. Number 4, charitable programs. Through the will, you can leave X amount of dollars to a charitable program that takes care of left behind pets. And you can find them over the internet. That's between $10,000 and $25,000. I found one in Pittsburgh called Animal Friends, and according to the information I found, they'll do it for as little as $5,000. You leave the money to them in the will and the animal. Number 5, a pet trust. For owners of pets, this is probably the best, solid, concrete way to provide for your pet. Most states recognize pet laws, including Pennsylvania and New Jersey. A pet trust legally obligates the trustee who has accepted that responsibility. The pet owner lays out exactly what they want, how, when, where, the whole 9 yards, and the trustee has to follow those instructions. The owner designates, leaves money for the purpose of caring for the pet in accordance with the trust provisions, and any remainder of money left after the pet dies get put back into the estate unless otherwise stated in the trust. Remember Toby, the $80 million poodle descendant to the 1931 New York magnate? Pet trusts can definitely work. You're the owner of a pet and you want to ensure that the pet is taken care of after you pass away. So if you're an executor and you're tasked with settling an estate, check out some of my other videos below and look in the description for a link to an executor checklist. It's really useful, keep you on track. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe.